Not sure where to go, or what to see? Then, let's explore Melbourne. Keep watching and we'll show you the top self-guided day plan so that you can see the best attractions, at your own pace, for free. We'll also show you the best time to travel here. Save time and money by rolling with Tour Bird Buddy. We do all the hard work for you. To explore more cities, be sure to subscribe. Awesome. Let's roll. This tour is best if only have a day. A full 9-hour day. Another tour is 72 hours in Melbourne, day 1. About 7 hours is ideal for this tour. Our checkout. 72 hours in Melbourne, day 2. You'll need about 8 hours to enjoy this. Another tour is 72 hours in Melbourne, day 3. About 7 hours is ideal for this tour. Maybe you'd rather St Kilda, a seaside playground. At 6 hours, this can easily be done in a day. Our checkout. Melbourne Museums. About 7 hours is ideal for this tour. Our checkout. Kid-friendly attractions. You'll need about 8 hours to enjoy this. Let's look at if only have a day. A busy day spent exploring must-see attractions, including Puffing Billy Railway, Queen Victoria Market, and Sea Life Melbourne Aquarium. This open-air train with first-class dining carriages travels through the scenic Dandenong Ranges. Next stop, Queen Victoria Market. Longtime market selling food, clothing and more in a historic landmark spanning 2 city blocks. Then on to Sea Life Melbourne Aquarium. Interactive multi-level aquarium housing 10,000 plus animals, including sharks and saltwater crocodiles. Then move to Flinders Street Railway Station. Iconic domed railway and metro hub, opened in 1909, with a yellow facade and an arched entrance. And then National Sports Museum. Museum featuring artifacts and interactive displays tracing the history of Australian sport. Next to Royal Botanic Gardens, Victoria. A 36-hectare botanic garden founded in 1846, planted with Australian species and non-native gardens. Let's look at 72 hours in Melbourne, day 1. Popular sites in the city centre, from botanic gardens to an observation deck with panoramic views. Iconic domed railway and metro hub, opened in 1909, with a yellow facade and an arched entrance. Next stop, Federation Square. Abstract buildings flank this block-size plaza, filled with restaurants, museums and arts venues. Next to Prince's Bridge. This bridge joins the north and south banks at one of the oldest river crossings in Australia. Next stop, Queen Victoria Gardens. Triangular ornamental gardens featuring ponds, a Queen Victoria monument and a famous floral clock. Next to Royal Botanic Gardens, Victoria. A 36-hectare botanic garden founded in 1846, planted with Australian species and non-native gardens. Then move to Shrine of Remembrance. Shrine with colonnaded porticos, commemorating World War I with memorials, exhibitions and gardens. Next to National Gallery of Victoria. Public gallery with vast, varied collection of noted Australian and international art and artefacts. And then Eureka Tower. Gold-plated observation deck on the 88th floor with panoramic city views and a protruding glass cube. Let's look at 72 Hours in Melbourne, Day 2. Another day exploring top city centre attractions, from a lively market to a historic prison. Longtime market selling food, clothing and more in a historic landmark spanning 2 city blocks. And then State Library of Victoria. Victorian landmark, opened in 1856, consisting of 23 classical buildings, with a grand reading room. Then moved to Old Melbourne Gaol. Now a museum with self and guided tours, this storied tri-level jail once housed notorious inmates. And then Carlton Gardens. Landscaped Victorian-era park now containing the Royal Exhibition Building and Melbourne Museum. And then Royal Exhibition Building. Landmark 19th century exhibition centre, topped with a dome, and set amid landscaped gardens. And then Museum Victoria. Modern building of an institution founded in 1854 containing dinosaur and regional history exhibits. Let's look at 72 Hours in Melbourne, Day 3. A day spent among the city's Victorian buildings, churches and landscaped gardens. Neo-Gothic cathedral, consecrated in 1891, with twin spires and stained glass processional doors. Next stop Melbourne Town Hall. This stately 19th century town hall is the seat of local government and host to various events. Then on to Old Treasury Building, Melbourne. Filled with mature trees, this tranquil city park has a pond, several memorials and picnic areas. Move on to Parliament House, Melbourne. Seat of Victoria's Parliament, built in 1856 with 2 legislative chambers and grand colonnaded facade. Next to St Patrick's Cathedral, Melbourne. Imposing 1800s Gothic Revival-style cathedral, known for its unique bells and ornate stained glass. Next stop John F. Kennedy Memorial in Treasury Gardens. Then on to Fitzroy Gardens. Historic 26-hectare site in city centre with model Tudor village, tree-lined walking paths and cafes. Next to Cook's Cottage. Reconstructed cottage originally built in England in 1755 by the family of Captain James Cook. Let's look at KILDA, a seaside playground. A beachside stroll with stops including St Kilda Pier, botanical gardens and an amusement park. Then move to St Kilda Pier. Pier with walking track and picnic facilities offering Melbourne skyline and Port Phillip Bay views. And then St Kilda Beach, Victoria. This famous city beach features a boardwalk, the St Kilda Pier, swimming and various water sports. Next stop, Palais Theatre. Classic 1920s picture house turned theatre, hosting mainstream musical acts, ballet and comedy. And then Luna Park, Melbourne. Enduring amusement park known for its perimeter roller coaster and giant, ornate carousel. And then St Kilda Botanical Gardens. Historical gardens featuring a rosary, flower beds and exotic trees, plus a pond and giant chessboard. Let's look at Melbourne Museums. A day immersed in Australian and global art, as well as exploring the immigrant experience. Public gallery with vast, varied collection of noted Australian and international art and artifacts. Move on to Immigration Museum, Melbourne. Multimedia exhibits documenting the history of immigration in Australia, with a cafe and gift shop. And then Ian Potter Centre, NGV, Australia. Sprawling gallery of 70,000 plus pieces of historic indigenous art, contemporary pieces and artifacts. Next stop, Chinese Museum, Melbourne. Exhibits chronicling the heritage and culture of Australia's Chinese community, plus a gift shop. Let's look at kid-friendly attractions. A day of kid-pleasing attractions, including a zoo, a natural history museum and a giant Ferris wheel. Modelled on London Zoo, this family-friendly establishment has animals from all around the world. And then Museum Victoria. Modern building of an institution founded in 1854 containing dinosaur and regional history exhibits. Then on to Sea Life Melbourne Aquarium. Interactive multi-level aquarium housing 10,000 plus animals, including sharks and saltwater crocodiles. Next to Melbourne Star. Enormous rotating observation wheel with 360-degree views and glass-enclosed cabins for up to 20. The most popular travel time in Melbourne is January. The temperature ranges from 26 to 16 degrees Celsius. Yearly events. Australian Open Tennis Finals is in January. LBGT-focused Midsummer Festival is in January to February. Moomba Arts Festival is in March. Check the video description below for weather tips, more events and links to rewatch a day plan. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe so that you always go the best way for the best day. Oh, and help planning your trip, check the links in the video description below.